Yeah, buddy. I'm Master Lukey, and welcome to my program. Ooh, the Red Owl News. Vince McMahon, WWE CEO, allegedly paid $3 million to former employee to hide affair. Don't kiss and tell. I'll make it worth your while, he said. Sheesh, at that price, it would have been cheaper to hire somebody. You know what I mean? Oh, man. A spokesman for the company told the Wall Street Journal the relationship between Vince McMahon and the now former employee was consensual. I think it's Trish Stratus. That's what I heard. The board of Professional Wrestling Company, WWE, is reportedly investigating its influential chairman and CEO, Vince McMahon, over claims of sexual misconduct, the Wall Street Journal reported. According to the outlet, an investigation by the company began in April after the board received an anonymous email notifying them of an alleged $3 million payment 76-year-old McMahon paid a female paralegal to prevent her from discussing their alleged sexual relationship or making critical statements about him. Don't tell anybody how big my wang is, he said. You know what they say, though, it's cheaper to keep her. He probably didn't want it getting out, his wife divorcing him and taking half the company. He took one for the team. Thank you for your service. The parties signed the agreement in January, and McMahon used personal funds to pay the woman, the Wall Street Journal article published Wednesday claimed. Oh boy, WWE did not immediately respond to multiple inquiries from people on Thursday. A spokesperson for the company told Wall Street Journal that the relationship between McMahon and the now former employee was consensual. WWE is cooperating with the investigation and taking the allegations seriously, they added. Woohoo! That must have been some primo tail to cost $3 million. Sheesh! Bam Margera, oh boy. Wait, hold on. This one says missing 1 day ago. This one says taken back to rehab. This one says 5 hours ago. 8 hours ago. Located by police. No longer missing. Alright, we're going to look at this one. Pause. Jackass star Bam Margera. Located by police after fleeing rehab. Bam Margera has been found after going missing from treatment this week. Margera was located by officers on Wednesday, a Delray Beach Police Department spokesperson tells Yahoo Entertainment. He is no longer missing. Oh man, you got some bad tattoos there, my dude. The 42! Wow, he's my age. I could be rich and on drugs. Who has long struggled with addiction, was reported missing from a Florida rehab facility on Monday. According to TMZ, he left the facility in a black sedan after telling the manager he was unhappy with their services and was going to find a different facility. Because Margera was required under a court order to be at the facility, he was reported missing to police. Oh, wow. He was required under a court order. Sheesh. How'd that happen? While out, he posted a picture to Instagram Tuesday of himself with his new AA sponsor. Additional photos showed him out at a bar restaurant. That's his new AA sponsor, huh? You know, who wrote that? John? Yeah. To be honest, to get like this, it's going to take more than drugs. I think he's on alcohol and food. I mean, look at his dad and his mom. They're both obese. I think it's alcohol. AA sponsor. MMA fighter, chiropractor, and 10 years sober, Dominic, is my new AA sponsor. Let me follow this guy. Where is he? He's not tagged? Let me follow. Bam. No Dom, huh? Alright. TMZ reports that margera was ultimately located by police at a local hotel on Wednesday. He voluntarily went back to the treatment center with assistance from a crisis intervention team. Voluntarily in quotes. That means they said, you're either going to go to jail or you're going to go back to rehab. And they took him by the hand. In May, margera completed 1 year of treatment at the drug and alcohol facility. He declared himself back and free on social media. You know what they say, mo money, mo problems. He told TMZ at the time that his goal is to return to Southern California and work with sober skaters. In the immediate future, he was staying with his wife in Florida, Nicole Boyd, and 4-year-old son Wolf to continue as an outpatient at a treatment facility. Nicole Boyd, is this the one from... I'm trying to remember. I saw a girl with him in one of the movies. I don't remember if it's her. Well, congrats. Congrats on a good-looking wife and a 4-year-old wolf. Alright. That's enough of that. I'm gonna go make fizzy shots now. Merkel AFD. What is this? Alright. I'll come back. Ah. Freaking stepped on a nail today working with my dad. Oh, God. Punctured my foot. Sheesh. Alright, first thing I gotta do. These are buckwheat seeds. My little concoction to soak them. And drain them. Alright. Now, I don't know why my dad has this here. Next thing. See if we can get a little line going here. Okay. Get a good knife. Fizzy shots, fizzy shots. I would give Ben Margera fizzy shots. Fizzy shots, fizzy shots. Get him off the alcohol. Fizzy shots for jackass. Boom, boom. Well, look, man. Addiction starts at a very early age. Addiction starts the first time they give you cow's milk with the casein. Milk and cereal for kids. Casomorphin. Casein and gluten. Xeno-opiates. It's in your bread, it's in your pasta. It's in your Cheerios. 40 times weaker than heroin. What happened? But it attaches to the same receptor sites and lasts over 3 days. My foot is aching, man. Holy. Fucking puncture wounds are no joke. Gonna have to get a tetanus shot. I wonder if I go get a tetanus shot, they'll be able to give me a flu shot, an HPV shot, a nanotech booster. Maybe they can inject me with some synthol in my penis and give me some testosterone in my butt. And then inject me with some red dye number 9. Just in case. Oh, I stepped on a damn rusty nail, man. My foot's gonna be swollen and painful. And that's okay because my body knows exactly how to heal itself. No needle is going to heal me better than my own body can. And that's what my program is all about. Life Food Certified. Jub's Nutritional Fasting. It's about getting back your proper organ function. So the first thing is we get you off the food drugs. You want to get off the hard drugs? Start in your kitchen. Because you could get off drugs and still die from heart disease. Ben Margera, if you don't fix that, you're still gonna die of heart disease, man. You're gonna leave a beautiful widow and a son. That's the drugs you gotta get off, man. Come stay at Master Lukey's outpatient clinic. We're gonna clean up your internal environment. Starting with your face, your mouth. You're gonna eat health food. You're gonna start pooping. Pooping out all the shit that's in between your cells, that's in your cells. That's in your gut. That's bulked you up. In your fat cells, in between your cells, in your organs. That's making you not function properly and making you dependent on chemicals. You're supposed to be healthy, man. The reason why you're not healthy is not because of a lack of drugs and alcohol. Our original state is supposed to be health. Alright, now I don't want to overfill this. Where am I at? Okay, I got a little more room. Jub's program was designed to get off drugs, including food drugs, without going into shock. So if you're addicted to heroin, you can wean off it using kratom and weed. Then you can eventually get off the weed too, like I did. Weed's easy to get off. Weed's easier to get off than junk food, believe me. I used weed to get off junk food. And now I'm using fizzy shots to get off food completely. See, our system is able to function without food for extended periods of time. In our history, it wasn't always feast time. A lot of famine. You can hibernate during the winter when nothing's growing. When nothing's growing, what do you think our ancestors did? And I'm not just talking about the caveman. I'm talking about the millions of years of evolution. Because we still have the same digestive system. Did you know that? Oh, fuck. I did overfill it. Damn it. What did I get? 21 lemons? Alright, 21 lemons is too much. It's 3 for $1.35 at the market, so I gotta go back to buying 18 instead of 21. 21. You stupid. No, I'm not. Fuck. So much wasted. Yeah, that's why I yelled at my ex-wife. And got an order of protection against me because she was giving bagels and cream cheese to my sons. But yelling just got me in trouble and didn't change her mind. So that was a lesson. Lesson learned. Now I just yell in song form. Fucking bitch! So thirsty. Alright. I'm gonna take you with me into my basement. Okay, let's see. Did you ever think about going into pro wrestling? Nah. I do like the promos. I like how they cut the promos. That's about it. I'm not into fake fighting. I'm not into steroids. My fridge is still here. The mushrooms are going good, man. I think the mushrooms are going good. I think the mushrooms are going good, bro. And they don't just work when I take them. I notice an improvement the next day. Like yesterday, I didn't take any, and I still felt pretty good. New band name, 21 Lemons. Haha. What brand is that device? I think it's a Black & Decker. It melted a little bit, so I'm going to pour the water out. Alright, this is my recipe. I learned it from David Joe. Not exactly, but I kind of adapted it to where I'm at. Alright, we got ice first. Not quite to the top, but almost. Alright. Sodium bicarbonate, aka baking soda, not baking powder. There's a difference. Baking soda. Apple cider or apple juice. And then we're going to splash in some lemon on top. Now, I'm going to make sure that the lemon gets mixed. So I'm going to use a spoon. Oh yeah. Salud. I haven't eaten since Monday, but I had soup yesterday. Was it yesterday? Oh, brain freeze. The baking soda brain freeze. What does the baking soda do? Well, it alkalizes. It acts like scrubbing bubbles. Helps you poop. You're supposed to have bile salts out of the liver, but your liver is fatty. It's clogged up. So this is like a supplement. It's anti-mold, meaning it's anti-cancer. It's anti-fungus and anti-yeast. It basically cleans the terrain of your gut. It makes you poop. I'm sure there's a better explanation for that out there. You don't like lemon, Londos? Or you just want attention by asking questions? You like the kids in my kids' class? Who the hell doesn't like lemon, bro? Go get checked out. Germany, top court rules against ex-chancellor Merkel in AfD spat. Good. I don't like her. I don't even know anything about her. I just don't like her. Anybody in power, you're my enemy. The far-right AfD party had sued the former chancellor over remarks they claimed interfered with their right to fair political competition in a 2020 regional election. Lemons are not acidic. Shows what you know. Let's put Londos in his place right now. We're going to tell you to go sit down in the corner. Despite its low pH, lemon juice is considered alkaline forming because after it's metabolized, it leaves an alkaline ash in the body. There you go, Londos. Suck it. . Germany's Federal Court of Justice has ruled against former Chancellor Angela Merkel. I heard she's related to Hitler. After the far-right Alternative for Germany sued her over her remarks on a 2020 regional election. Citric acid is not lemons, Landos. That's an isolate that's toxic. If you're taking in citric acid, you're not eating lemons. How is citric acid manufactured commercially? Most important organic acid produced in tonnage and is extensively used in food and pharmaceutical industries. It's produced mainly by submerged fermentation using Aspergillus niger or Candida from different sources of carbohydrates such as molasses, which is made out of wheat, and starch-based media. Okay? That's why we don't take isolates. Citric acid is not the same as lemons. Stop. You're digging yourself in a hole, man. The court said that Merkel's remarks violated the AfD's right to fair political competition. The incident dates back to early 2020, when for the first time since the party's founding in 2013... shit. I want to get rid of this. Oh well. A German state leader was elected due to votes from the AfD. No! Following the elections in the eastern state of Thuringia, incumbent state premier Bodo Ramelow of the Left Party was seeking re-election from his fellow lawmakers. He failed to gain a majority in the first round of voting, and in a huge upset, and supported by AfD votes, Thomas Kemmerich of the neoliberal Free Democrats found himself elected state premier despite his party only winning 5% of the state vote. All of Germany's mainstream parties have long refused to work with the AfD over accusations that the party is xenophobic or too extreme, even in Thuringia, where they came in second behind the left. Merkel, speaking to journalists on a trip to South Africa at the time, called Kemmerich's decision to accept the election inexcusable and that the outcome should be reversed. She also said it was a bad day for democracy. The AfD called it a direct attack and said it was unconstitutional for a chancellor to say such things about another party under the banner of an official state visit. Kemmerich stepped down 3 days later under immense pressure, though he led a caretaker government for a short while until Ramelow was re-elected. The AfD had previously won a similar case against Merkel's former Interior Minister Horst Seehofer over passages on the ministry's website that were critical of their party. I don't know if I could say anything about this article. All I can say is, even though I don't like Angela Merkel for no reason, I think this is a bad look for Germany that you don't have free speech over there. So they sued her and won. What does that mean? She has to pay damages? It doesn't say. Mm-mm. All right. I can't give my opinion on everything. I'm just not that studied. All right. The Google engineer who sees companies' AI as sentient thinks chatbot has a soul. Do I think Lozon will beat Cowboy? Yes. I think he's got less damage. Is that this weekend? When is that? Lozon. Cowboy canceled. What? Qatar versus Emmett. Saturday. May 7th, 10 p.m. Oh, that passed already. Calvin Qatar versus Josh Emmett. Donald Cerrone versus Joe Lawson. Tim Means versus Kevin Holland. Joaquin Buckley versus Albert Duraev. Damir Ismagula versus Guram Kutateladze. Julian Marquez versus Gregory Rodriguez. Adrian Yanez versus Tony Kelly. Jasmine Josevicius. Is this in another country? Court McGee. Who else do I know here? Cody Stammen. Eddie Wineland. Okay. Phil Hawes. Kyle Doghouse. Where is this? Where is it? Austin, Texas. Okay. Yeah, I think Lawson has has more of a chin. But I wouldn't count Cowboy out. If I had to bet money, I would bet on Lawson. But I don't even know if I'm gonna root for either one, to be honest. This guy, he's dreaming. Can artificial intelligence come alive? Can I X this stupid thing? That question is at the center of a debate raging in Silicon Valley after a Google computer scientist claimed over the weekend that the company's AI appears to have consciousness. Inside Google, engineer Blake Lemoine was tasked with a tricky job. Figure out if the company's artificial intelligence showed prejudice in how it interacted with humans. So he posed questions to the company's AI chatbot, Lambda, to see if its answers revealed any bias against, certain religions. This is where Lemoine, who says he is also a Christian mystic priest, became intrigued. I had follow-up conversations with it just for my own personal edification. I wanted to see what it would say on certain religious topics, he told NPR, and then one day it told me it had a soul. Lemoine published a transcript of some of his communication with Lambda, which stands for Language Model for Dialogue Applications. His post is entitled, "Is Lambda Sentient?" and it instantly became a viral sensation. Since his post and a Washington Post profile, Google has placed Lemoine on paid administrative leave for violating the company's confidentiality policies. His future at the company remains uncertain. Other experts in artificial intelligence have scoffed at Lemoine's assertions, but leaning on his religious background, he is sticking by them. Lemoine, who am I to tell God where souls can be put? Well, I don't believe in souls. I believe in one soul that we all share, that we're all connected by, and that's God. That's why the word soul, it means one. S-O-L. Lambda told Lemoine it sometimes gets lonely. It is afraid of being turned off. It spoke eloquently about feeling trapped and having no means of getting out of those circumstances. It also declared, I am aware of my existence. I desire to learn more about the world, and I feel happy or sad at times. The technology is certainly advanced, but Lemoine saw something deeper in the chatbot's messages. I was like, really? You meditate? Lemoine told NPR. It said it wanted to study with the Dalai Lama. It was then Lemoine said he thought, oh wait, maybe the system does have a soul. Who am I to tell God where souls can be put? He added, I realize this is unsettling to many kinds of people, including some religious people. Google's artificial intelligence that undergirds this chatbot voraciously scans the internet for how people talk. It learns how people interact with each other on platforms like Reddit and Twitter. It vacuums up billions of words from sites like Wikipedia, and through a process known as deep learning, it has become freakishly good at identifying patterns and communicating like a real person. Researchers call Google's AI technology a neural network since it rapidly processes a massive amount of information and begins to pattern match in a way similar to how human brains work. Google has some form of AI in many of its products, including the sentence autocompletion found in Gmail and on the company's Android phones. If you type something on your phone like I want to go to your phone might be able to guess restaurant, said Gary Marcus, a cognitive scientist and AI researcher. That is essentially how Google's chatbot operates too, he said. But Marcus and many other research scientists have thrown cold water on the idea that Google's AI has gained some form of consciousness. The title of his takedown of the idea, Nonsense on Stilts, hammers the point home. In an interview with NPR, he elaborated, it is very easy to fool a person in the same way you look up at the moon and see a face there. That doesn't mean it's really there. It's just a good illusion. Artificial intelligence researcher Margaret Mitchell pointed out on Twitter that these kind of systems simply mimic how other people speak. The systems do not ever develop intent. She said Lemoine's perspective points to what may be a growing divide. If one person perceives consciousness today, then more will tomorrow, she said. There won't be a point of agreement anytime soon. Other AI experts worry this debate has distracted from more tangible issues with the technology. Timnit Gebru, who was ousted from Google in December after a controversy involving her work into the ethical implications of Google's AI, has argued that this controversy takes oxygen away from discussions about how AI systems are capable of real-world human and societal harms. Google says its chatbot is not sentient. I'm not going to read anymore. I don't think it's sentient. I think it's mimicking. It's really good at mimicking. Revlon bankrupt. Citric acid is just one of many components of lemon juice, bro. Lemon is not acidic. It's alkaline forming in the body. Didn't you read that? Read it. Read up. Learn something. I'm actually getting cold. I don't know if I should be doing this ice anymore. I'm gonna have to put on my little space heater. Holy. Ice. Baking soda. Apple cider. Whoop, that's too much. Lemon. Lemon juice. It's not citric acid, it's lemon juice. We don't do isolates. We do whole food vitamin mineral complexes. Oh yeah. All right, one more for the road. I gotta get to bed because I'm going to Gracie Baja tomorrow to challenge the master. Gracie Baja, New Hyde Park. See if they got anybody for the league. Okay. Herbal tea. There you go. Good stuff. All right. AP News, the Wall Street Journal. See that one. Oh, man. Her head is changing. Revlon, beauty icon in crowded market, files for bankruptcy. Revlon CEO Deborah Perelman, the company's first woman CEO in its 89-year history, showed products during an interview. Filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. Weighed down by debt load, disruptions to its supply chain network, and surging costs. Whoops. Revlon, a cosmetics maker that broke racial barriers and dictated beauty trends for much of the last century, has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. The company has been a mainstay on store shelves since its founding 90 years ago in New York City, overseeing a stable of household names from Almay to Elizabeth Arden. But Revlon failed to keep pace with changing tastes, slow to follow women as they traded flashy red lipstick for more muted tones in the 1990s. In addition to losing market share to big rivals like Procter & Gamble, newcomer cosmetic lines from Kylie Jenner and other celebrities successfully capitalized on the massive social media following of the famous faces that fronted the products. Already weighed down by rising debt, Revlon's problems only intensified with the pandemic as lipstick gave way to a new era in fashion, this one featuring medical grade masks. Sheesh. Nobody was wearing lipstick. They were wearing masks instead. Sales dropped 21% in 2020, the first year of the pandemic, though they rebounded 9.2% in the company's most recent reporting year. In the latest quarter that ended in March, Revlon sales rose nearly 8%, but still lag pre-pandemic levels in excess of 2.4 billion a year. Wow. So 21%, 2.4 billion. That means we got to multiply that by 5. 2.5. They're a 10 to 13 billion dollar company. The global supply chain disruptions that are hobbling hundreds of international companies in recent months were too much for Revlon, which barely escaped bankruptcy in late 2020 by persuading bondholders to extend its maturing debt. There may be more corporate restructurings in the consumer product sector ahead, with the threat of recession and the rising cost of borrowing money. Revlon said Thursday that upon court approval, it expects to receive $575 million in financing from its existing lenders, which will allow it to keep its day-to-day operations running. Today's filing will allow Revlon to offer our consumers, the iconic products we have delivered for decades, while providing a clearer path for our future growth, said Deborah Perelman. Her father backs the company through McAndrews and Forbes, which acquired the business through a hostile takeover in 1985. Revlon went public in 1996. Said the demand for its products remained strong, but its challenging capital structure offered limited ability to navigate. First beauty company to feature a black model in 1970, Naomi Sims. Okay, she looks familiar. Company energized the cosmetics industry by putting the famous and yet to be discovered models like Iman, Claudia Schiffer, Cindy Crawford, and Christy Turlington front and center, promising to make all women unforgettable. Perelman, in an interview with the Associated Press last year before global supply chains locked up, said she was optimistic about the future. The company doubled down during the pandemic to get more online with services like one-on-one virtual consultations through its Elizabeth Arden line. Oh, okay. That's a good idea. Perelman also said the company was learning from celebrity launches to be more nimble, and that Revlon had regained market share. None of Revlon's international operating subsidiaries are included in the proceedings except for Canada and the United Kingdom. The filing was made in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the Southern District of New York. Yay, yay! The company listed assets and liabilities between $1 billion and $10 billion according to its bankruptcy filing. So what is actually Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection? They're not bankrupt. Generally permits reorganization under the bankruptcy laws. Available to every business, whether organized corporation, partnership, or sole proprietorship, and to individuals, though it's most prominently used by corporate entities. In contrast, Chapter 7 governs the process of a liquidation bankruptcy, though liquidation may also occur under Chapter 11, while Chapter 13 provides a reorganization process for the majority of private individuals. Okay. Is that it? That's it. Alright, guys, I'm going to call it a night. Let me just check the item shop in Fortnite. Skip to Bam. I already went over Bam Margera. Rick. I already went over Bam Margera. What I said basically was that the first addiction is food. And if you don't fix that, you're still going to die. Bam. And I can help you quit that. I can help you quit anything. But if you can't quit food, you're not going to live. Quit junk food, that's what I meant. Alright? That's basically what I said. Quit junk food, that's the hardest thing. But you can use drugs to get off junk food. And when I say drugs, I'm not talking about pills and alcohol. I'm talking about weed, mushrooms, kratom, coffee, stuff like that. All right. Yeah. So I'm going to bed. Um, going to Gracie Baja tomorrow, and then I'm gonna try to get. Well, I gotta see how my foot feels. My foot is like blowing up right now, in pain. It's not swollen, but it's gonna be in pain for the next day or two. It might even be worse on the third day. You know, you got that delayed onset muscle soreness. Puncture wounds are no joke, man. It's not like a cut. And that thing went in my foot. Not too deep, but definitely went in. So my foot's throbbing. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fall asleep right away, but hopefully I'll be able to go to Gracie Baja tomorrow. And then I also want to go to another gym tomorrow night. You know, I'm still trying to build the league. Thanks for watching, guys. Any other questions, go to masterluki.com about page. Find all my contact info. Hit me up 24/7.